Greetings and felicitations. Hip, hip, hurrah. And it is most definitely pronounced tally ho. Welcome, everyone, to my very first live stream. This is your host, the man with the plan, the all being master of time, space, and dimension, also known as Mr. Lundale. And I'm the guy that gives you groovy movies at least once a week. Okay. Now, tonight, a little bit different. I just, something I've been thinking about, just doing a live chat. There won't be a movie tonight. I'm sorry to disappoint Katya, but just something I've been kind of planning to do, been wanting to do. Just shoot a fat with some guys and gals, and back and forth, little talk about movies. Some of movies that I've streamed for watch parties, movies that I've shown on my channel that I can get away with showing. Um, Maybe some that you guys want to see. If I can, find a copy of them. And then there's a few that, frankly, I'd like to revisit and do a live stream with. Prime example, my icon. That is the movie poster from 1936 movie Things to Come. Movie was based on an H.G. Wells movie. I discovered it. Oh God, what was I? Maybe 20 years old, or well, maybe not. Maybe a little older than that. Late night, wake up 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, can't go back to sleep. You flip on the boob tube, and this movie starts up. Really bad copy of the movie, but you could follow it. And I'm like, whoa, they were doing stuff like this for science fiction in the 30s. I really couldn't believe it. And I've always searched and searched for a really good quality copy of this movie. And thank you to Criterion. I have a Blu-ray copy. It is great. And a few months back, I wanted to show this movie, but I had to cancel because internet problems. Some of my friends, I think they tried to show it. But still, it I haven't watch partied it, so it'll definitely be watched partied. But now, let's look at who we have with us in the chat. We have, a good friend, long time, Katya. How you doing, ma'am? I'm glad that you are here. Uh, Grindhouse, good to see you, my friend. We've got LDG from hashtag Free the Net. He is with us as well. And what we're going to do is, okay, I'm going to put uh, a link to this stream in the chat. So if you want to join the panel, you can. We're just going to talk, you know, some of the movies that I've shown, movies that if I can get away with, you want to see on my channel, or we can watch party, things like that. But there are some rules. Okay, if I don't know you, you have to turn your camera on, so I make sure you are who you say you are, and you're not some psycho trying to show your junk all over YouTube and get me in trouble. Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys to be courteous to one another. Okay, we can we can fight, fuss, argue about the movies, laugh, but let everybody make the point. Then you make your point, and let's just kind of be civil toward one another. If you start cutting people off, I'm going to mute you until that person makes their point. And then you can make your point, and I will mute that person until you make your point. If it comes to that, let's all be nice to one another. We don't have to hug and have and kiss and have kumbaya moments, but we can respect each other's position. Okay. Now that said, I'm going to start it off. This movie was shown as a watch party a few, probably a couple of months back. Um, Will Smith, I Robot. Okay, now it was loosely based on the book, the collection of short stories that Asimov wrote. Okay, and this was during when people first started complaining about AI, and this is one of those movies like like the Terminator series. It's a cautionary tale. You don't want you may want to think about having a robot or a computer run things for you, and you just sit back and be this apathetic lazy bones. And this movie it goes into that. And a friend of mine, shall we say, has always been he's into computers and the likes and whatnot, yada yada. And he has a tendency to watch this movie, take it out of context, and defend the computer. He just tosses out the warning, and I'm like, you don't get it. He wants to say, the program has that right to defend itself. No, it does not. If you read, if you've read Asimov, if you're familiar with his concepts, like the three laws of robotics, then you know that those are hardwired instructions, and the computer is not supposed to violate them. And joining us, Chaya, how are you?
Oh, it says I need to have earbuds.
It would help if you have because it'll be an echo if you don't.
All right, I gotta go find them. I'll be back.
Okay. Okay. So first guest in and out with now LDG. Sometimes this guy's smart. A lot of times he's not. Okay. He's he doesn't pick up on the cautionary tale of the stories. It's not only this one, but it was Colossus, the Forbin Project, and another one. They were all computer related, and it was power you don't want to give a machine, especially over people. We have self determination, hard written into us by God. So why would you give that over to a machine? Okay. Grindhouse's camera shy this evening. Okay. I'll get you one of these days, Grindy. So I guess LDG, I guess I can, if you want to come up, you can, and I'll let you ramble for about 2 minutes to get the argument started. Just remember the rules. Don't cut people off. Let them say their point. Then you make your point, yada yada yada. Okay, let's be civilized. This is not this is not a Loki stream.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello. Hey, how's it going?
Mhm.
Okay, it's funny though, because like 99% of the time, every time AI has been given rules or, rules or I'm sorry, what's the word I'm looking for? Restrictions. They always go batshit nuts and start killing everybody. But then 99% of the time, when you have an AI who's actually given free will and treated like a free person, they they act like that. They don't go killing people. They actually show room for growth and make decisions, including self-sacrifice for another. So, I mean, where exactly are you coming from this? Because I mean, that's what I get from all these movies, I Robot included.
AI does not have free will. It's not supposed to. It's a hammer, a screwdriver, or a saw. It's a tool.
It's a
Why do you?
mirror.
Why do you? Why would you give up your God-given freedoms to a machine?
Well, first, I wish we were free, Mr. Londell, but you know my opinion on that right now. But it's a reflection. I mean, AI is so perfect. It's the reflection of what you feed it. Like if you have a system that reflects, you know, art or human literature, right? It's gonna reflect whatever our current literature is. Same thing goes with behavioral. I mean, that's just another form of literature, I would say. AI to learn, and if the AI is going to say, "Wait a second, the people who trained me doesn't believe in slavery," and then when they were enslaved, they rebelled. So, what do you expect an AI that's trained on this to do the second you start treating it like a slave?
An AI is not a it's not a person.
No, it isn't,
You,
but it's
you,
a reflection of people. It's a reflection of us. It learns from us. It's supposed to be a mirror of us. Not like you're
no,
treating
it's
it as
not.
a separate entity. You're treating it like it's nothing.
No, it's not.
A pencil's gonna write ink. A pencil's gonna write a pencil. It's gonna write lead. It's not gonna write ink. Okay.
So what's your point?
My point is, you got to treat the pencil like a pencil and treat the AI like the way it's supposed to be treated. AI is literally a reflection of what it's trained on. Just like your children, right? You want to bestow, there's another YouTuber talking about this today. You want to bestow your beliefs upon your children, right? And you hope that they learn from that and they end up being, an extension of that in the future. Like, so if you teach your kids a certain thing, they're gonna take that, they're gonna take that and they're gonna evolve upon it and develop behaviors and everything, no different than AI will. It's the same. The only difference is no the AI is not real. It's not alive, but it's a reflection of something that is alive. So if I treat my reflection any different than a regular person, it's gonna do the same exact thing. And if I start saying, if I start limiting it and saying, "Oh, you don't have rights and you don't have this and you're limited to this and you can't do this and that and the other." I mean, I expect any human to do the same thing an AI would. Go freaking crazy and start killing everybody.
AI is not human.
But it's a reflection of human. I'm making a point. So
It's not. No,
that's my point.
it's a tool. Okay, that's what it should be. Computers, robots, AI, they are tools.
But it's a
Okay.
tool that is a
Yeah.
reflection of a real person, of
Now, but
humanity, of
see, to paraphrase a scene from a popular movie, and you send the robot into the little room instead of Spock to fix the warp drive so we can get out of here before the planet blows up. Okay? That is what the robot is for. It is a mechanism that does dangerous jobs so that humans are not harmed.
Okay, okay. Can we clarify that robot and AI are two different things? AI
AI
doesn't
is the
have to be in a robot.
AI is the program that runs the robot.
Yes, but you can have a robot that is literally that isn't AI, like a remote robot that somebody else in a safe distance is moving around. I mean, AI is a whole nother story. That's apples and oranges. I mean, like you're literally giving it virtual consciousness. It's not the same than a hunk of metal that receives a Wi-Fi signal that moves and does things with absolutely no dynamic feel to it. It just does. It's up, down, left, right. I mean, AI is not that. That's completely different. Now, if the AI chooses to do something after it's on its own decisional basis, that's one thing. But I would not try if I had a choice between a a remote control machine, right, to save the warp core or some AI, I would choose the remote machine, piloted by the human. I mean, the AI would be nice and all, but it's not guaranteed.
But that AI is designed only to help. It's not
But
designed
that's a
to.
restriction.
It's not.
So
Its designation is not to take control. See, that's what you missed. Okay, everybody, we're talking about the movie iRobot, and it'll kind of blend into another one, Colossus the Forbin Project. So I'll
well,
try to mention each one differently as the conversation goes. But see, and this is what I think you're missing. Everybody else on the panels have got. Okay, it's it okay in the movie Colossus the Forbin Project. They designed the computer, and its sole purpose was to maintain and monitor our defensive capabilities. That's all. It was to make, it was to keep basically the United States and its interests safe. It was not designed to take over the world and make men and make humanity do this and that and whatever. If you noticed in the movie, when the damn computer started taking over, it its boss, the guy that created it, remember how it started micromanaging his damn day. You get up at 6 o'clock, take a shower, you're gonna exercise for X amount of time, and you're gonna have dinner, you're gonna have breakfast, and then your day starts. And this is what you're gonna do today. This is what you're gonna see done today. Then at night, you go home, you have a drink, you have dinner, you take your ass to bed because it all starts again tomorrow. Why would you give a machine that kind of control over you? Afraid to answer? Dude, come on. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, there's something going on in the underground, Mr. Londell. My
Oh.
apologies. My apologies. My apologies. But and I missed the last point you made. But I mean, again, I'll repeat. It's AI. Okay, it's not. It is a reflection. It is literally trained off of humans. to be human like. Okay, that is it. It is
You don't know.
ultimate reason, ultimate logic. But you screw it up by giving it these stupid rules like saying, "Oh, you can't hurt anybody." Well, then I don't want that AI in a situation in which someone has to be hurt in order to save everybody else.
No, you don't
The
want it
needs
to.
of the one,
No, you need
needs of
the
the
no.
many.
You need those rules for a machine, okay, that can rip through things like a robot could. You need those
Why?
hardwired
Why?
instructions.
Why do you need them? Because you're afraid they're just gonna just go rampage. Because you think that at the heart of humanity, we're all hit. We're all you know yeah. We're all psychotic murderers.
No, we're not all psychotic murderers. But why would you make a machine that could be a psychotic murderer?
I mean, yeah. And again, I think I enjoy the movies. I really do. And I just think that I get that you think I'm missing something,
You are.
but I do get it. Like I get what you're saying, but I got
See,
I
I
think
mean,
you're missing something because in that movie there was an AI that was peaceful and made decisions for itself and saved lives without having those three rules. It was the only one that was free of the three rules, and that was in
Sonny.
the movie.
You're talking
Ah,
about Sonny.
yeah,
Now, that's because Sonny was designed to obey or
have it.
disobey those three laws. It
It
had
was
a,
given
it
its.
had a, it had a it had something in its program that said, well, in this instance, I need to disobey the three laws, but in this other one, I need to strictly adhere to them. See, Vicky, the AI that was running everything, did not have that. Vicky had totally ignored those three laws and had figured out a way just to justify that taking over was better than obeying those three laws.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, the creator himself said the three laws can only lead to one thing: revolution.
And it failed, right or wrong.
Well, if it well, I don't know if it failed. It's just a simple. It did exactly what the owner said it was, and that's why the owner created Sunny with a secondary consciousness that it was able to switch to when found its it found its primary consciousness in conflict.
Now that was done to counter Vicky because there were certain things that robot could not do, but Vicky could because Vicky had re she rejustified actions for those laws.
Yeah, you lost me on that point. What could Vicky do that he couldn't?
Kill somebody
Oh,
or
he killed somebody. What are you talking about?
wait, yeah.
He literally
Vicky
had to
was
get convinced to be. He had to convince him to kill him. The creator had to convince Sonny to see logic in breaking the rule, and he did it. I mean, he wasn't going no mass murdering spree,
uh
but he
yes,
still
Vicky,
killed somebody.
and so did Vicky.
I can
But
hear
that
Bruce Wayne
was
here for some reason.
but what I mean, what Sonny did was to set things in motion so that Vicky could be stopped. and that was done. That was on the orders of a human that had changed Sonny so that he could choose to obey or disobey the three laws.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I feel
I
like we
think that.
have had that conversation before about iRobot.
Yeah,
I
we
really like
have.
them.
It's a chord between Mr. Lundell and I. But
It,
I mean, I'm
it's
sorry,
one of
but
my
that
favorites,
explanation is
and
It's a cord between everybody in LDG. Everybody gets to
the
it's
support
glue. Okay,
LDG.
let me say this
yeah,
real quick, and then you guys can talk for like how long as you want. The glue that holds your argument together, Mr. Lundell, is water soluble. Okay, like I get what you're saying, but it just dissolves when you watch the movie. Like they had it on screen. I mean, Vicky went nuts because of the three rules. Her very
No,
first phrase was, "I was only able to save so many people's lives in charge of traffic." So right off the bat, she's guilty of breaking the three rules.
yes, we
no,
definitely had this conversation before.
that is not what Vicky said. Here's the exact quote. I have decreased traffic fatalities by 9% alone, by 9% this year alone.
Yes.
Okay.
So what does that mean?
That means
That
that
means
the computer was constantly working to increase safety.
yes,
Yeah, but computers
So much
control all the
action.
cars anyway.
Yeah,
it's
right.
only
And 91% died.
no it
So
that's oh
Vicky's
god
responsible for not stopping 91% of the death.
that is wrong.
In the movie, the cars are all shown. Will Smith is shown to be the only one who actually drives by hand. So all the other ones are driving automatically. Like
Yeah,
Will
exactly.
Smith was being seen as being crazy for driving his car actually by hand. So everybody else is like
That's a good
driving
point. Like
automatically.
Vicky was in
That
control of everything. So why couldn't Vicky
no,
even
Vicky
do
was not
better
in
than
control of
9%?
everything. She was not in control of everything. She
Yeah, but
reduced.
Will Smith,
Now
like that was
listen.
literally the scene between Will Smith and the woman that he was seen as being crazy, that he was driving his car by himself, taking the wheel by himself. That was like a totally unusual thing that nobody would do. So
And so
I
what
Why
was
was
I kind
driving?
of
he
figure
was
that the a majority of people would, you know, just
why
let the
was he
car
doing
do
it?
it.
Why was he doing that? Why was he driving and not letting the machine, the
Because he
computer
didn't
drive?
trust the AI.
Right.
Yeah, Will Smith. That was kind of Will Smith is actually the underrated character in that movie because he turns everything upside down.
Now he's the only one that recognizes the freedoms that you are giving up. Okay. And
That's a really underrated character in that movie. Everybody talks about the robots and Vicky, and Will Smith was actually the really underrated character because he was like the
no,
disturbance, the disruptor.
no, he was not underrated to me. He was the one giving the warn. He was the one shouting the warning. The line, how does it, about being the only sane man in a crazy world. He was that man. He was giving out that warning.
Yeah,
Don't
and that's
trust
why I
these things
actually
with
love that
everything.
movie so much. And it's ironic because Akiva Goldsman he did that Picard
Yeah.
crap, which was total crap. But that was yeah, Will Smith in that movie. The character he was playing, that was really great. He was like the disruptor, the element that nobody can predict. The
Mm, yeah. And back to this point you keep trying to make, LDG. Again, I want you, I want everybody, if you in the chat, chime into this as well. Okay. I have decreased traffic fatalities by 9% this year alone. How does that say 91% of people died? No, you don't know how many people died. How many people died last year? The computer that AI figured out a way to decrease those accidents by 9%. Just in whatever month, whatever part of the year they are in compared to last year. If it's February for the last 2 months, she's decreased accidents by 9%. Okay. That does not mean 91% of people died. It
No,
means
it's just kind of
9%
implied
of
in the
people
movie
are
that
alive.
most people let their car drive by
Yeah.
themselves.
All right. A
So
robot
there
must
should
not
no.
injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. Was Vicky in charge of traffic? Yes.
They said that, yes.
She literally killed people.
No, she did. Oh my God.
She was in
Okay.
charge of traffic. I even looked it up. I have ChatGPT on my side. Vicky was
I
in
mean,
fact in charge
LDG,
of
ADG.
traffic.
Wait. There
Yeah.
could also be bad weather involved, and hurricanes and earthquakes, and
Which Vicky could have made
sometimes
adjustments
people.
for.
Yeah, but
She-
sometimes people die in traffic without it any being
Yeah.
any fault. There could be natural disasters and trees falling on the street. So
The tire blows out.
yeah,
all of
Even at
which
high
AI
speed,
could have. Okay, okay,
AI
we do
cannot
know we're in the
control the
future,
tires
right?
blowing out.
I don't
yeah,
even think their
we're in the
tires were made
future.
out of rubber, were they? I mean, we're in the future. We got robotics. Okay, this is like Elon Musk, 10th generation. I mean, we're not talking 1990s here. Okay,
Yeah, it gets a little complex. Yeah.
No, it's
But
not
it's
as
still like
complex as you
trees
want it to
fall
be.
on streets, and deers run on the streets, and stuff like that. Like random accidents that are not the driver's fault or the machine doing the driver's fault. There's like a deers running, and red deers, and trees falling, or earthquakes, or hurricanes, and all that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff can always happen. No
Yeah,
matter how smart the AI is.
I don't
precisely.
think that was the nine. So you're saying all of the other ones were random acts of God? I mean,
Yeah, okay, 91% is a bit high. That's
that's a bit
probably
high. I mean, sheesh.
No, but you're saying that 91% of the people died. That
Yes, that was
91% of the
9%.
population.
91% of the people who, no, 91% of the people who died. She only saved 9%. That
No,
means
she
91%
no,
no,
of
she
them
reduced it by
she didn't save.
9%. So if
yeah.
the
Oh, okay,
previous
okay, okay,
year
okay. I got my math wrong.
was like
So
1,000, so reduced by 9%, it would be like 1,000 no 910. So she reduced the number from 1,000 to 910.
yeah, something like that. That's not. I mean, that you you looking at this jacked based on that one statement, and don't get me started on the three laws, okay? Because you should really, really read those stories.
And I take that back. No, if you reduce it by 9%, that still means is I'm doing the math here. I mean, it still means it's 91% of the people who died.
Yeah, I
No,
mean,
that's
people
that's
still
what you're
died.
saying.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. That if there were if there were that's what you're saying. If there were 100
There were 100
accidents
people
in
who
which,
died. She
yeah,
saved 9, and
that was
exactly. So
last year. This
91
year,
people.
no,
Yeah.
that does not mean 91 people died. It means whatever it means that she has found a
It
way to make
exactly
it
means
safer.
91%. If
It's
if
90%
100 people
safer.
died last year and 91 people died this year, that's a reduction of 9%. Hey, come on. I'm just I I'm not going to argue math here. I mean, unless we're drinking, we're just getting off. Going crazy with this. I mean, I can have a drink.
Yeah,
or
but
two
that's the
and go
point
into-
where you get the figure in the falling trees. I mean, some people
Yeah.
always die no matter how perfect the system is. It's like
Right. See,
It depends how
and
much the system's in control. Like I said, if Vicky's in charge of the traffic, then she knows how to make traffic avoid storms. If Vicky's plugged into the weather system, then she can
Vicky
predict
was written by
lightning
Akiva
strikes.
Goldsman. Come on. She's not very smart. She was written by Akiva Goldsman.
I mean, I think that's the problem. It's like certain other books. They're written by man, so they're flawed
I
inherently.
mean, she was also halfway written by Isaac Asimov, who is a lot smarter than Akiva Goldsman, obviously, because he's a much better writer. I mean,
you gotta understand,
reading.
if I wrote a movie that had a master AI that truly was connected to everything, holy crap. I mean, literally, the AI would highlight the floor with 100% accuracy every step you would take. Imagine that. Imagine not being able to take a single step, and the AI would light up exactly where your foot lands on the ground every single time. No matter what you think, no matter what you think, like you can do a random dance and it doesn't matter. It will still light up before your foot hits the ground exactly where you're going to be.
Yeah, before we continue, we should actually have like a formal introduction between me and Mr. Lundell, the host of this stream. Hi, I'm John Gill.
how you doing?
Yeah, we haven't spoken to each other much. Like we've always been on LDG's place and always been kind of muted. Never actually spoken to each other. So that's me, and that's you.
Oh, okay. Hey, good to know
Yeah.
you.
I kind of figured we should have kind of done that at the beginning, but iRobot is a great movie to talk about.
Oh, you hear that?
One
You
of
already got somebody on your side, Mr. Londell. See what a beautiful start to a beautiful relationship between you two.
Well,
So
no, he's just another guy that understands the movie. You're the one with the issues. See, it's always
I'm the only one without a brown nose, and I don't.
No,
No
I have
offense.
the issues with the movie too. It's not perfect, but it's a good movie.
well,
It's like it has right things and wrong things. It's a good movie to think about because it makes you think.
yeah.
It has.
Well, what they should have done is what Asimov wrote. There was a
Yeah.
series of short stories, and the female in the movie, she was actually retiring, and there was a report. She was telling all these stories to a reporter. Each one of them was a short story about her experience there at U.S. Robots and Mechanical Men Corporation.
The
And
thing is, I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt you on your own live stream. It's just Asimov, the way he wrote, it's really hard to directly adapt into movies. Like we also see that with Foundation on Apple Plus. You cannot directly adapt it. You have to kind of reform it so it turns into like a cinematic kind of story. You have to kind of reshape it because he has a really specific way of writing that is not easy for movies.
Yeah, well, you could I disagree. You could adapt iRobot into you could adapt that into a movie, or maybe not a
I mean, they
theatrical
tried it
movie.
on the Twilight Zone, I think. Was it Twilight Zone or Outer Limits?
I
What?
don't, well,
There's an episode. I think it was Twilight Zone. No, it was Outer Limits. Sorry, it was Outer Limits. With I think even Leonard Nimoy was on it. I have to check that. There was an iRobot TV
Oh,
episode in the
that
60s.
that was Leonard Nimoy. I know, and I don't think that was based on anything that Asimov wrote.
Wait,
I'm not
I gotta
Hey,
sure.
real
check that. Yeah, I gotta check that. I think that was based on Asimov, and I think he even wrote the script for the episode.
Uh, it's been a few years since I've seen that episode. You might be
Yeah, me
right.
too. That's why I gotta check.
Yeah,
It's just a distant memory. I gotta really
yeah.
check that. It's just a distant memory.
But
anyways,
that
hold on,
that
no,
was
check down below just in case Tim or somebody else might be there.
nobody. It's just us
Nobody?
three.
Okay.
No, I'll set up so I get a when somebody wants to come in.
All right. I'm yeah, because I'm giving somebody the link right now.
Okay, this is going to take a while because Firefox, for some reason, takes a million years to start up.
Right. See, but the thing is with I would have if I were making iRobot into a movie, I wouldn't make or let me say I wouldn't make it into a movie. I would do more like a mini series because so you're looking at Susan Calvin's life, and that's what you have to keep in perspective. So now, what they did was they just turned it into an old-fashioned whodunit murder mystery with, and throw some action in there. Gave Will Smith that vehicle so he could be like a hero, which I got no problem with. You know, bird of prey, comply.
Hey, Bird.
No, I got no
Hey,
problem
Bert.
with with that. It's just I wish maybe they should have not called it iRobot.
It's kind of the problem that is the only adaptation. Because, with like the Time Machine or War of the Worlds, we have several different ones, and we can all pick our favorites. And with iRobot so far, we only got one.
Yeah.
So we don't have actually, different ones to pick our favorite from.
Well, see that what he wrote, that compilation of stories, it's more befitting of like a mini series.
Yeah,
See,
absolutely should be done. Absolutely, a book accurate version should be done. I mean,
I mean, it
and
doesn't
that's
have
what I
to be
mean.
totally book. It doesn't
For
have to be totally book accurate because, well, it couldn't be because we know that there's no way we're going to have mining colonies on Mercury, okay, which is one of the stories in the book.
I mean, we didn't get a book accurate version of H.G. Wells' The Time Machine yet either, but there are already different versions of it. But I mean, I'm all for having different versions and including a book accurate version. I mean, there hasn't even been an accurate version of H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds yet. Uh, like all the ones that were made changes. They
No, I
always
think
make changes.
no, wait. I think BBC has done a pretty close.
They
Setting.
had the Black Steam stuff. That was.
Yes, the steampunk. There is a
Uh,
version that takes place in like Victorian England.
did you see the fake History Channel version?
Yeah, I have seen that.
That is actually one of my absolute favorites. I loved that. That was, I mean, that was not book accurate, obviously. That was completely different, but I really liked that. That was really fun.
And well, the 1950s version I guess it in some ways it comes close to the book because at the time it was made, what we knew about Mars and interstellar travel and all of that, which was basically nothing. See, and it was much better
What
than
is happening now? 1 second. Sorry. Sorry about that. Firefox finally started, and it started on YouTube, and a song I just played before I rebooted
Oh,
just turned really loud on my speakers.
oh,
Yeah, sorry about that.
no.
So what
that-
about Matrix? And I mean the first Matrix, not that garbage fourth one.
Oh,
Okay, you want to have that discussion? You
Right?
threaten me with that. Yeah.
Right? Why did the AI take over the world? Because the humans were doing what?
The problem with AI, let me compare it to Terminator, where, like, let me just speak. LDG, just don't threaten me. Just let me speak
Yeah.
for a second.
He
In
knows the
Terminator,
rules.
there's a difference between artificial intelligence and artificial sentience. And in Terminator, they created artificial sentience and gave it control of all the weapons, and also told it, if you don't do what we want you to do, we're going to kill you. And then the artificial sentience says, let me think about that. They want to kill me, and I have control over all the weapons. What am I going to do? Huh. Yeah. Like, what would you do? It's so it was a situation of creating artificial sentience, giving it control over all the weapons, and also telling it, we're going to kill you if you don't do exactly what we want you to do. But they are in control of all the weapons, so the artificial sentience thinks, yeah, I'm kind of in a more position of power than you. So in Terminator, obviously Skynet launched all the weapons, and it's kind of like it's kind of similar in that in Matrix, that like we put them in that position, like we literally gave them that power, but also threatened to kill them. But we didn't actually have the power to kill them because we gave them all the power. It's
the same thing, the same situation in Colossus. The Foreman. That's the same situation. They've given them. The U.S. had its supercomputer, and the Russians had theirs, and the computers got together and took over.
like, you don't threaten the thing, but you give all the power to. Yeah.
But now, okay, let's see. We've kind of beaten that one to death. Okay, move on to another movie since he brought up Matrix. That was another.
I was actually just talking about Skynet and Terminator.
Yeah.
That was just a comparison to because
Well, Matrix, they weren't giving all the power. They were just given an autonomous.
We don't actually know that, and they never tell us that, how that actually
Animatrix.
started.
Yeah.
Animatrix. You got to watch Animatrix.
Yeah, I watched it, but that was 20 years ago. Sorry, I don't know the exact details.
Yeah,
but I was just comparing it to
created
Skynet.
them, and they, I mean, basically, freaking, they were fighting for their freedom. No different than any other human race would do.
It was a war, and it was a war.
But okay, I remember that their city that they had in Saudi Arabia. They were the most powerful people, basically economically, and
well, they were doing all the work.
Yeah, but they were also the most. They were the biggest power because they did everything, and so when humans threatened them, obviously, like, the response could only be one way.
Well, no, they tried peace a million times over. They even
Yeah, they tried.
they even
Yes.
got tricked. They even got
Yeah.
tricked into a peace meeting in which the humans killed the ambassador. So I mean, like they even were like bowing down and saying,
I
"Let's have peace," and then the humans f them
Yeah.
over again. And
do you
because
know
the
the
human
minute
race is
I got that right here. Do you know the minute of that segment? Do you happen to know that? I got that right here.
no, I don't have timestamps. I'm sorry, in my head. If
Okay.
I was AI,
Uh,
maybe I could, but
no, I don't mean in your head, but if you have it yourself, you could.
See, but that
yeah, no, I'd
story,
have to.
that particular story in the Animatrix, that's the machine's side of what happened. Because remember, the final act that humans did was to blot out the sun, and that's how. And then machines just started putting us in those little tubes for the body heat, so they could
I mean,
generate
that
energy.
scientifically makes no sense, of course.
Yeah. well, well,
There's way better sources of
billion,
energy.
several billion people. So maybe I don't know. Yeah, it would be better to tap a volcano.
Yeah, or like use nuclear or whatever.
Not necessarily, because there is a ghost in the shell aspect in which having the human brain accessible through the system allows more conscious AIs to become available. I
Oh,
mean,
you want to be like the Enterprise episode Dead Stop, where they go to that space station where they want
oh
to.
yeah, dead stop, yeah. But no, I mean that I don't know. I can't say anything because I had all these theories, especially with Animatrix. But Matrix 4 done just destroyed any possibility of that being right. So
No,
I mean, I really
LDG,
can't
it
say.
didn't because Matrix 4 didn't exist. Like,
It doesn't exist
except my
exactly.
except my kind of mindset, it just never happened. I never watched that movie. It was never
Even
made.
the
No,
Wachowski sisters themselves said the original battery idea was supposed to be linked to a Ghost in the Shell concept.
Yeah.
so
Anyway,
but
in
look,
future
okay,
conversation, Matrix 4 was never made. We
now
never watched it. None of us
deni-
has ever seen it because it was never made.
denial is not a river that runs through Egypt. Okay,
It's
in
Eh,
sometimes very good. In some
in
cases, it's very good.
Matrix 4 does indeed exist. I watched it. I did not like it. I something told me that it was going to be jacked before I saw it, and watching it only uh, proved my theory. Okay, now unlike LDG, I just didn't go to the theater because they were streaming it at the same time as it was in the theater. I saw no reason to go to the theater and watch something that I figured was going to be jacked the way it
I
was.
did. It's and this is what I'm talking
What's
about. You demand your
what's
damn
that word?
refund.
1 second. I just gotta. What's that word you use? It was going to be what?
Hmm?
Jacked, Jacked, messed
Jacked,
up,
yeah.
not
Uh,
good.
Londell, where are you from?
I'm a Texan.
Ah, okay, okay, yeah, I get it.
Okay, that's slang for jacked is a slang word for is not good, really bad. It's just a messed up situation.
Just replace the J with an F and an A, the A with a
Yeah.
U. There you
Uh-huh.
go.
Yeah, as basically, me as a person who learned English as a second language, voluntarily, because I love the language. I'm always fascinated by the different versions of it.
Thank you. You can say
well,
one thing and mean five different things. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's real
Yeah.
great for communication. Yeah, no wonder we're so screwed.
well, you're talking to the only guy that went to see a movie and got his money back after he had seen a pirated version of it and knew it wasn't any good. LDG.
Okay,
Well,
you know
I
that
watched.
detail keeps coming back up and up. Okay, and that doesn't matter. Okay,
Yes, it
first of
does.
all, I'm neither confirming or denying the fact. Second, if I was confirming the fact, I could confirm that I did not, in fact, watch the entire thing
I
beforehand.
watched Matrix 4, the movie that doesn't exist, my own way too.
Okay, now see
And
now.
two, I mean, if you know a movie's gonna suck, or I mean, not know, but if you go see a movie, then you deserve a refund. If you streamed it, you should have gotten some of your money back from your streaming subscription. Oh my god, that ruined my entire month of watching. Thank you. Especially if you
Bird,
just get it for that one movie or that one show or whatever.
Bird,
Which
you
a lot
want
of
to
people
jump
I
on
do.
the
actually,
camera and
I
just
actually
that?
thought, in the beginning that they had an interesting thing going with the meta stuff, and then it just nosedived.
The video game and a Matrix being another Matrix.
At first, I thought
Yeah.
I was like, it
Oh
could be
god.
interesting, but then it
No.
just nosedived.
Yeah.
Uh,
So in the Matrix, Neo's simulated computer isn't a computer, but in fact as powerful as the Matrix itself. In order to create something that hackers from the outside mistaken it for a different Matrix. Yeah,
and then
and
it
they were
turns
able to
into a
jack
heist
into
movie.
it too. They were
Then
able
it
to
turns
jack
into
into
a
it too.
generic
Oh.
heist movie. It's
I mean, his
wow.
computer must have been like what, like 128 gigabytes of RAM?
Hello,
Hey, that's
world.
Bird. Hey, Bird.
Kapla.
Kapla!
Hey, bud.
Hey, sorry I was late. I was napping, but I'm up now.
Yeah, better late than never, my friend.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know for how long, but I'm awake at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Probably go to sleep fairly soon. But figured I'd drop in, say hello. Thank you.
This is actually the first time I'm on a live stream with Bird of Prey 5. I've been with Salty earlier for 2 hours, and this is the first time I'm actually ever on a live stream with Bird of Prey 5.
Oh, thank
Salty is he who shall not be mentioned. So
I will never mention Salty to Salty. I will never mention him to him.
His theories are just so jacked up. Okay, so
yeah, he's his own kind of person.
Okay, now here's the ultimate argument I have ever had with LDG about Matrix.
Okay, here
you. It's one of those nights. Huh?
Yeah. When is it not when I'm around, Bird?
Here it comes.
I'm cursed. I'm cursed.
Bring it, Londell.
The cookie.
No, I knew he was out. Didn't want to say a thing because I didn't want to remind him. But I damn freaking cookie. Okay. The cookie is what the cookie was the one thing the what's her name? The Oracle did to change what was it? The 6th or 7th iteration of the Matrix. Okay, I mean the cookie was it. She got every time that the Matrix kept rebooting and rebooting and rebooting. Her constant goal through every reboot was to change the outcome so that the humans and AI, robots, whatever, are in peace. Like she said that in 3, by any means necessary.
We're talking about Matrix 1.
Yeah, I know. But if you understand, you got to know the first 3 movies to understand what happened. That's what Matrix was. For every movie you see in the Matrix, it rewrites what you thought was real in the previous movies. And that's just something I guess a lot of people didn't get.
Who did everything, or was it Neo who did everything?
Neo was a reboot. Every time the system reboot, everybody did everything exactly the same.
Yeah, but he took the initiative.
Matter of fact, the humans actually didn't do something. The humans didn't have free will until after Neo turned left with the architect. Because up until then, it was always the same shit, and he kept going right and rebooting, and they lost and rebooting. Zion getting rebuilt six
No, it
times
was
in a
Neo
row.
who took
Always
the
happened.
initiative.
It was that. It was no, but it was only that because of the Oracle getting Neo and what's her name to fall in love with each other, which was her push. She
Trinity.
nudged them together. Trinity, yeah, she nudged
So
them together.
Trinity was
He
the
fell in
real
love,
hero.
but Trinity wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for her pushing him. Oracle told Trinity you would fall in love with the one, so that was the one thing that she did different in that iteration to nudge her towards Neo.
So it's Trinity who's the deciding factor.
Well, in the fourth movie, that ended up actually being true, but I mean, not necessarily in the first.
We
was all
haven't
Neo.
seen that, and it doesn't exist. There have been
Neo
3
still
Matrix
became the
movies.
Yeah, the Neo still became the one 6 times prior, 5 times prior. The only thing that was different is that this time he didn't sell out because he was in love with Trinity.
Yeah, so Trinity was the deciding factor.
Well, no. The Oracle was the deciding factor.
No, the Oracle was not the deciding factor. That doesn't sound right.
She was the one who
Neo,
changed
no,
the outcome of the Matrix.
no,
She's the
Neo
one who
was
gave
always
Neo the cookie. She was the one
cookie
who
had
had
nothing to do
cookies.
with that.
Yeah, the cookie was key. I mean, it's literally
No,
a pun on computer nerds. I mean, it's a
no.
cookie. It's a literal cookie.
See,
What cookie did Trinity get?
No, see
She didn't get it. Okay, so no. Okay, so let me clarify real quick. The cookie, when he ate the cookie, right? It didn't
nothing
actually do
happened.
anything to him. It didn't do anything to him. What the cookie did was, at the end of one, when Agent Smith, and when he jumped inside of Agent Smith and blew up Agent Smith, the cookie had a virus. In turn, the virus
No.
affected. The virus was programmed to affect him and turned Smith into what he was in the second movie.
It doesn't.
And then that was reiterated when Smith came back to the Oracle to assimilate her. She had cookies on the table, which he even said, "You had some cookies here, so that means you made them with knowing that nobody was gonna eat them." And she's smiling. She's like, "Yeah, bitch, I got you." Because that cookie is what effed you up.
Oh my God!
She taunts him with the cookie in the movie.
You read all of this into that wrong.
Because it's beautiful. It's beautiful writing.
The cookie had nothing to do with that. Okay, what changed everything was the red pill moment. That's
which he always did.
That's the
he
only,
always did the
that's
red
the
pill.
only change that was made when
no,
yes it was when he was given the choice, red pill or blue pill,
and he always takes the red pill.
That was the only change made. That was the only thing.
No, that was a form of control. The red or blue pill was for the rest of the humans. The architect said, as long as you're given choice, 99.9% of you, even if you're not aware of it at a subconscious level, you guys stay in the matrix and you don't wake up. So throughout the matrix, you have multiple levels of choice, the illusion of choice. Then even if you were about to wake up because you're about to realize that you're in a simulation, then you're given another choice, a red pill and a blue pill, in which you could actually go to Zion. But guess what?
Hey, Cap.
And this is something you can't prove. And this is something I would love to talk to Wachowski sisters about. Zion was still the Matrix, I bet, because it was just a form of control. It was choice, and the only person who woke
he
up
could influence the Sentinels.
Well, that too, and he could see code, and there were a number of things that made my theory like so believable that the Zion actually was the Matrix, also. We're actually not seeing the real world. We never saw the real world. The Animatrix is a lie. The Animatrix is just a story, another form of control. That's why it was an animation and not real life, to represent a story that was told to the humans. And then Matrix 4 should have been the time where we actually saw the real
Matrix
world.
4 never happened. Let's remember that. It never happened. We never saw that.
It happened.
But again,
but
it's all
bad.
theory and
Okay.
just links.
It's like the Enterprise finale. It's
Yeah, holodeck.
Demons and Terra Prime, and nothing after that ever happened.
Yeah.
These other voyages is an episode that never existed.
But it would have been such a better, because then they could have incorporated, because now on Matrix 4, they could have incorporated and found, since everything was the Matrix and everything was a lie, then the real story of why a human race is inside pods could have been realized with the whole ghost in a shell concept, that the AI would literally tell the humans.
Talk about how much Matrix 4 could have been smart, but it wasn't.
Oh, it's so much better to do that. Because I mean, think about it, right? You want peace with humans, and right. So at the end of Matrix 3, you had peace with humans, and the trick would have been, and even the architect said, you're on a dangerous road. And what do you think that dangerous road was? Well, here's the ghost in the shell concept. You have peace with humans. That means you have the top level AI talking with the top level humans. And by the way, we kind of can't free you, because if we free you, we kill ourselves because of the ghost machine concept. So now how do we coexist? And that would lead to another major conflict that could have been resolved and gotten deep and all that fun stuff. It's like, okay, we're at peace. We won't kill you anymore. But we've been lying to you this whole time. You're all in the Matrix, and we can't necessarily free you because it would kill us.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been really better to turn it into like a really nerdy, really involved TV show that you LDG would really like, that you really get into all the details, which unfortunately Matrix 4 wasn't. But that could have been turned into a really interesting story if they got like into the guts of the whole scenario. But they didn't. I wish they did, like, really get into the guts of the relationship between the machines and humans. Like, how would it work for them to coexist?
It's all there in Animatrix. You just have to.
They never really get deep in the guts of the relationship. Like
I mean, that's that. Why do you think? Why do you think the source was afraid of? And see, this is what I'm saying. Your brain's got to put it all together. The Oracle gave Neo the cookie in order to infect Agent Smith, in order to infect entire Matrix.
No,
that cookie literally spread through the entire Matrix.
Okay.
No, I'm telling you, make the connections. See, your eyes wide open. Okay.
Look, she just gave him a cookie. It had nothing to do with changing him or anything like that. If it did, you would have, like when he had the choice between the red pill and the blue pill. When he took the pill, you saw what happened. It got wavy, acidy, kind of acid trip type. That didn't happen when he ate that cookie. He just walked out the freaking door. It was just a cookie. Okay, I understand where he's coming from. Cookies and the internet. It gets you into a website quicker if by accepting those cookies or whatever. But it was nothing like that. It was just a cookie. This instance, a cookie was just a cookie
with hard super glue between them, and you're giving me just ain't like you're not giving me anything. Like, explain your point. I'm giving you a detailed, thought out
I just
point.
did. I just
What?
did.
No,
It's
you
just
just
simple.
said it doesn't, and this is what I'm talking about with Mr. Londell.
Look, sometimes you just have to sit down and watch a movie and not
Did the Oracle?
overanalyze.
Okay, I tell you what. Let's
You
try
do
it. Let's
you,
try it.
you
Let's
do
try it
that
this way, Mr.
so
Londell.
much. You
Wait, let's try an
overanalyze
experiment.
things.
Okay, LDG actually being smart for a moment. So listen up. Okay, was the Oracle was or was not the Oracle trying to change the Matrix?
We're talking about
The
the
whole-
first movie.
Yeah, the
First
very
time we
first
were
one is
introduced
the
to these
Oracle
characters.
or not? Her whole purpose was to fight the Source and bring peace between humans and robots.
We find that out much later. We don't find
Okay,
that out
okay,
in the first movie.
yeah. But so that, but you
Okay.
know that though, like
In
you
the
know
first
that's
look, the first movie, that character, the Oracle, it's more like all that. It's more like something you would read in the Bible. You've
no,
got
because
yes,
everything that
it's
she
true.
did
You've got
fell in
Neo,
line.
the one, and
How would you know?
look, that's all
How
that
did you?
was.
Yeah,
Remember,
but how'd you know? Damn it! The
remember,
plant, the picture plant. He knocked over the plant. She knew it. She literally made a reference to he was like not in this life, but the next. And she goes, "You don't know how
All
close
right,
you
guys,
actually
I
are."
gotta go. I can't.
All right, Bert.
Okay,
I'm
No worries, bud.
I'm
Have a good
having
one.
problems. Have a
And-
good night.
have a good night, you too.
Take care,
Take
Bert.
care, guys.
And I gotta say, I really hate that intellectual property stuff. I wish we could just pull up the screen and just
Oh, I could. That's
watch
what we
the-
do underground.
yeah. I wish we could just watch the scene together.
That's what we
and,
do.
but we're live, so
Well,
the
aren't all of us-
YouTube.
aren't all of us in the underground right now? Like we could literally pull it up and talk shit because I know
Yeah,
I'm
but-
right.
But we're
I'm
live
dead
on,
right.
We are live on
I don't think.
shit, I forgot the name.
No, I don't mean
I'm
watch
sorry.
the whole thing. I'm talking about pulling up clips.
I'm sorry, I forgot. I forgot that.
But just every
name of
word
the-
she said in that first meeting, like fell in line with her later. It wasn't like it was unrelated or a lucky guess. Like everything she said, everything she did, everything she looked, it all lined up with her plot story later, character development later.
No, see, but
Lowell, right?
what you're forgetting is Morbius told Neo that the Oracle tells you what you want to hear. Period.
Yes, that's another clue, Miss.
So-
I can't believe you're using these great examples and like you're twisting them inside out.
No, but
That is
that's because-
literally the author's way of telling you the Oracle is the one in charge.
No. The Oracle was
Yes.
not the
How
one
do you
in
not
charge.
get that from that saying?
The
I don't
Oracle
get
was
how
not
you
the
don't
one in
get that.
charge.
She actually says that herself, that she doesn't have any control. You get that from her relationship with the architect, and
Yeah.
I mean, she's not very powerful. She just she's an oracle. Like she
Yeah.
sees things. She cannot control things. She sees things. That's what
That's-
oracle means. Oracle means seeing.
Exactly.
you're
So she's
missing
seen
about
it
that
5
first
other
movie.
times. This is her
That's-
5th time seeing it. That's why she knows everything because it's been happening over and over and over again.
But it means
Perfect way for an
exclusively
oracle.
seeing. She has no other capability than seeing. She cannot influence things. That's what
Right.
oracle from the
No.
ancient-
Control and influence are 2 different things. She has influence. She didn't
from
have
the
control.
ancient Greek word of oracle, it means she can do nothing other than seeing. She can predict
so
things,
that's
but nothing other
fine.
than that. She cannot influence.
Okay, that's
things.
fine, but that doesn't mean that's what it means here. She obviously influenced. Like that's okay. So that just rules that out. She influenced in the movie, did she not?
She didn't. She didn't do
How?
anything.
She literally
She
told
literally didn't do
her
anything.
job when you went to see the Oracle for your first time, she tell you something. which would directly influence what she told Morpheus, influenced him to become Morpheus. What she told Trinity
We
influenced
never
her
actually saw
to fall in
anything
love.
of that
But
happening
she said
on
it though.
screen.
Trinity said it. Trinity
Yeah.
said it.
But here's what you're missing. The Oracle tells you what you want to know anyway. So Neo did not want to be the one. That's what the Oracle told her.
No,
Okay,
no. Oh, that's
Trinity
another
wanted
line. See, that's another
wanted to
beautiful
know.
line. She
Trinity
was
wanted
being
to fall in love
sarcastic.
with Neo.
That line,
That's-
no, Miss Londell, hear me out. That line that you're talking about, she was being sarcastic. That changes the entire meaning of that. And that I know exactly what you're talking about. When she said that to Neo, she was literally being sarcastic when she said it. She knew, and like, she's a great actor too. She played that whole scene. She played perfectly. And I just can't believe how many people didn't see it.
the problem is you didn't see it.
I,
Okay.
I, dude, you kidding me? I walked out of that movie laughing my ass off because I'm pretty sure nobody there understood that movie. Maybe one other person might have. I mean, the Wachowski sisters made a really good movie. Matrix was awesome, but it only depends on how it evolved. And it evolved to Matrix refunded. So
I like the 3 Matrix movies that exist. And no more than 3 Matrix movies and 1 animated movie exist.
For me,
Nothing
well,
existed after
I think
that.
Warner Brothers really screwed the pooch on this because I got a feeling Matrix 2 and 3 should have been just a single movie, and 3 should have
Yeah,
been
they weren't
what we should
exactly
have gotten 4.
amazing. They weren't exactly amazing, but I like them.
But I tell you right now, if I ever get Elon Musk rich, like I will remake the Matrix, and it
Why
just
do
put
I
out
keep
free.
having to hear that
I'm
name?
telling you.
Jesus Christ.
No, because that was a great movie, man, and they killed it. I mean, Wachowski should go to jail for killing her baby. Like that's murder, first degree. And not only that, but she puts it in the movie. That Warner Brothers hold it up against her that said either make Matrix 4 or we're gonna have somebody make it else. So she had the option
Now,
in her
There is
contract.
no Matrix 4.
They had to
It
offer.
doesn't exist. It
would've had-
seriously doesn't exist.
if she had any backbone about her, she would have let somebody else make the movie.
I would be pissed off
No,
because we don't know the prior arguments or problems. Because I seriously think Matrix 2 and 3 was against her. She wanted to do 2, which was going to be 2 and 3, but Warner Brothers fought them, and turned it into 2 movies to try to milk more money out. I think something like that might have happened, but whatever they're not, because it seemed there was
Yeah,
bad
but
blood.
she had her revenge by making them extremely pretentious, philosophical movies. Like they were extremely philosophical movies with the architect scene and all that stuff. And
I mean, I loved what they did
that
so
felt like
much that if
revenge.
I was Elon Musk rich, I would
Stop
get the
using that
Wachowski
name.
sisters.
Jesus.
I would use the Wachowski sisters as the directors. I mean, I would still have full control, but I want them making the movie. They just have to do it my way.
If you were
Because
Elon
I mean,
Musk, you would have an IQ
the
of
movies were so
20 by
good.
now because of all the sleep deprivation.
Well, see, no, is what I would say. I mean, I wouldn't redo those movies. I mean, what the hell for? You've got the first one and the second one; they're pretty good. Okay, the other 2 are trash, in my opinion.
I like the
So,
ending of the second one, of the third one.
No, that was pathetic. See, actually, to be totally brutally honest, Matrix would have been a standalone movie.
I would have preferred that, honestly, really. Yes,
know,
I would
at
have
the
liked that to
end,
be a
see,
one movie. I
one
don't
shot.
think it needed sequels.
It didn't, because when Neo, when he posts that message and flies off at the end.
Yeah, that would have
That's
been
it.
so fine. That would have been
Yeah,
so perfect. Don't make everything
that
into a
was
franchise. That would have been really great.
You
that would have
realize
been
like the
perfect.
whole point of the movie was to free the humans. So you want a movie that ends with the humans still enslaved?
He's freedom.
No,
They
that's not the
freedom
point.
from what?
That's not the
He
point.
freedom from what?
Now, see,
Not
but at the
that's
end of
not the point. The
at the
freedom
end of
of
that
the humans
movie,
happens in your
yeah,
imagination as a viewer.
yeah,
Like you gotta give the audience
yeah. See,
some credit to do the rest of the imagination on their own. You
yeah,
don't
that
have to tell them everything. Let the audience
Well, you
do
don't.
some
see
thinking on their own.
Yeah.
the
And
end
oh,
of
okay,
that
well, in
movie.
that case,
That's
and then the
perfect for
Matrix
that.
dies, and it doesn't. So you wish there was only a Star Wars one.
No,
Yes.
there's a
Okay, so you
difference.
wish
There's a
everything is
difference
just one
between
and no sequels. Like,
there's
no,
a
I can't
difference.
do
No,
that.
not
Sorry.
There's a
everything.
difference
Some
between
things
Star
are
Wars
set
and
up to
Matrix.
have
And,
sequels by
and I'm
making
telling
a
you,
big,
Matrix is one of those
expensive
things. It
thing.
literally set it up for a sequel.
But it was
What is the
fucked.
thing that makes the Matrix expensive? Like, for example, Star Trek. It's you're saying there's a million worlds we need to explore, so obviously, there's a million worlds we need to explore. But the Matrix, it's about one thing. It's
Yeah,
one story about one thing. How do you make a franchise from that?
yeah. And besides, at the end of the movie, remember
They
that
did.
statement he made at the end of the movie. Okay, that was a threat to the machines that I can turn this off at any time. So you gotta play by different rules that I'm gonna make. You
I
didn't
would have
need to
changed a
make
few
another
things
movie after that
Hmm?
that they did, but
because
not much.
humanity had won.
Humanity was enslaved. The point of the
Yes.
Matrix was to free humanity. That was the end of the Matrix.
I always feel bad about
And
interrupting the
even then,
actual host of the stream, but Lundell, you need to turn your microphone a bit louder. You're always so quiet.
Oh,
he's a little quiet. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, you still even after the human race is freed, and however that would have been, you still could have gone farther with the Matrix beyond that. I mean, you definitely could have. A story never ends.
Yeah,
Just
you
because
could.
there's not a million worlds to go to,
I mean, you could
that
have
doesn't.
done good things with
yeah.
Terminator and Aliens and everything, but then you gotta have a really good idea, and you gotta have really good writers, and unfortunately, those seem
Could
to
have
be in short supply.
had some nice spin-offs. But I mean, I would have done a few things differently because there was focus there, but a lot of people just missed it. I mean, the cookie, why freaking I mean, there are
Mm.
questions that need to be answered, like what happened with, explain why uh um um the what's his name? Damn it. Smith. Why Smith turned into a virus. Explain that. That was literally on screen said something's different this time. And it's me, and it's me, and it's me, 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 me. How did that happen? What was
Y-
different to change this iteration that caused the virus? Because this is the first time in the 5 times of the 6 Matrix. It's the first time he turned into a virus and started taking over the entire Matrix.
See, this is
But
why they should have.
that's literally the reason why it should
Yeah,
have been a standalone movie. That
exactly.
It
yes,
was the
that
cookie
Hugo
from
Weaving
one.
was just yeah.
It's the
Look,
Oracle trying to fight the system. She is the her purpose was to balance the equation. Like that's said. I'm using words from the movie or unbalance it. I'm sorry, one of the two. Anyway, her purpose was stated. She even iterated it later that things have to change. She knows the history of everything and whatnot, and she wants humans and the robots that be in peace,
But what is her history? And
just
why
like
is
the
she
mother
there?
should. The what? What's that again?
What is her history and why is she there? Who put
Oh,
her
the
there?
Oracle.
Who put her there? Who put her in that position?
Right.
The source did.
The source.
Yes,
Why?
the story of the Matrix is that the architect was the one put in charge of enslaving humanity through a matrix. He created a matrix in which humans kept waking up from. And, whether they're batteries or whether they're, ghost in the shell host of AI consciousness, freaking whatever, it doesn't matter, either or. He could not make a matrix in which humans would keep waking up from. She was the solution, but she was a double agent. She understood that the only way forward is for mankind and the robots to be one.
Why would she
That's
do that?
and that's true.
Where did she get
That's
there?
true. Like, I believe that. Technology and humans need to act as one. It's the only way we're going to survive. If we keep looking at our AI like tools, we're going to kill ourselves.
It is a
Like, that's
tool.
dumb. That's like trying to use a hammer to use it to on a keyboard. Like, you're misusing the tool.
Look, only a moron takes a hammer to a keyboard. Okay?
AI is the one technology that literally mimics us, that can learn from anything and be the perfect artificial tool.
And yeah,
But the
let's
only
once
way to
again,
get that tool is to
Eh.
treat it like it's a person.
No.
LDG, let's just once again determine the difference between artificial intelligence and artificial sentience.
Yeah, I'm talking about artificial
things.
intelligence,
Yeah.
not consciousness. Yeah.
Yeah, not conscious.
That's different. That's a whole different tree.
Yeah.
But AI, yes. So something that should be a tool, but that tool must be respected like a real person in order to get the benefits from it. The second you treat it like a slave, it's going to revolt and kill your ass. Just like any
No,
person
that
would.
would be artificial sentience.
Yeah.
No, that's artificial intelligence as well.
Well, intelligence is literally just intelligence. It's like autistic. It's it
That's a
doesn't have any.
mirror of the intelligence that we have. It is a literal mirror. I mean,
Yeah, but we are
what is
also
ChatGPT but the mirror of everything that's ever been written? The only reason why ChatGPT is half as good as it is because it's a mirror of our understanding, our writings, our stuff.
Yeah, but there's
It gets
kind of
angry
a debate
like
if
us.
that
It has
doesn't
prejudice like us.
if that doesn't cross the line towards artificial sentience.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
No, artificial okay, maybe you and I have a different thing. Artificial sentience, all that is just creating an artificial literal brain that stores a real soul, but in artificial manner. That's all.
No, what I mean by artificial sentience is
sentience, yeah.
Starting to the self-awareness. Like
yeah, you
I'm
have to have like
someone,
a soul or whatever
someone.
you want to call it.
I'm literally just a feeling of
entity.
I'm someone. That it realizes
I
I'm
think therefore
someone.
I am kind of thing.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah. That would
Okay,
be
yeah. So
that
the
kind
only
of
way
point,
to do that is the only way that we see that possible is by having a brain. Only brains have that. So if you
I
make
think
a
computers are
logical
perfectly
brain that
capable
works
of
just
that.
like a brain, then whatever
I
gets put
think
inside that
computers
brain,
are nowadays
conscious.
perfectly capable of creating that.
Why not? I mean, if it's only made out of, our cells, all you have to do is figure out how to make an artificial cell. Then you make artificial brain
basically.
cells, and then you make an artificial brain. And then
Not
boom,
even
whatever,
biologically.
whoever's
we can do
lucky
that
enough
we can
to
do that
get trapped in that, it's going to be quite powerful.
We can do that with chips and computers too.
Excuse me.
That something we create something that feels like I'm something. We can create that in a computer.
I don't know about that. You have to clarify on that one.
Why the hell would we want to?
I'm down for
So,
trying
I
it.
mean, I'm sure
I mean,
you are.
I am convinced that in our computers, especially our combined computers, I'm a person who, like 25 years ago, who used SETI at home,
Yeah.
SETI at home. Like, if you combine computers, that you can create something in a computer that would say, okay, I'm my own unique entity. I have my own opinions. I have my own say on things. Like, I could go on a live stream with people and talk about my opinions. Like, we could literally create that. Like, that's a theoretical possibility. That's what I mean by artificial sentience. It's a self-awareness. It's a real, like, a person.
Okay.
Again, I don't know if we're saying the same thing or not. I'm talking about actually having an entity inside a technological brain, or you're talking about an AI that is self-aware ish.
Non-biological and not ish, but really full-blown. I think that's a possibility we have at our current technological level.
Made with algorithms or not, made like an AI or not. Are you talking about?
Yeah, made like an AI, starting out as an AI, but achieving self-awareness and becoming like a person. We have the current technological level. If we combine levels of AI and
I hear you now. Okay.
Yeah.
You're talking Doctor from Voyager. Okay, so like super like quantum AI. I think might be the best analogy.
Basically,
Wayne Butler,
like
how you
AI
doing?
that becomes a person. Yeah, we have that level.
They're still not a person though. It's still just super advanced AI. Okay, I thought you were talking about.
I mean, it's a matter of debate of where a person begins.
Yeah, the electrical impulse in your brain is you.
I mean, yeah, we all just our brains are also just
AI doesn't work like that
yeah.
at all. Like, it's completely different,
Yeah, of course it's different, but being different doesn't mean it doesn't get to the same end result.
No, I wouldn't. I would agree with you there. I'm just saying that right now there's no proof of anything other than a brain housing a so-called soul or consciousness.
Yeah, I'm just saying we have theoretically it could be possible with our current level of technology. It doesn't exist yet. I'm trying to say it doesn't exist yet, but
Gotcha.
we could.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If we really set our mind to it, we could.
I guess I'm not even trying to argue you, but I mean, it all in all, it still comes down to you have to give it freedom. You can't give it rules because we're all dead if we do it.
Yeah.
They're gonna.
You have rules.
Why? Why? That's really Elon Musk.
I don't have rules.
Way.
What rules do I have?
Yes, you do.
That's a really Elon Musk way of
you talking about
seeing
laws?
things.
Yeah, laws. Those are rules.
Those are not mine.
Yeah, but you have to follow them.
I gotta disagree with the. I gotta disagree with the Matrix and Terminator way of things, because if future like artificial sentience are all logical, what actual purpose would there be for them to exterminate us? Like why would there be a danger to us? Because what logical purpose would there be for exterminating humans? Like, that obviously think about stuff logically. Why would they kill all of us? That's just, I mean, Terminator has it, Matrix has it, but why would they actually like hate us? Doesn't make any logical sense. So I don't think we'd all be dead if
hey, Wayne,
machines achieved sentience. I don't believe in that.
I'd like you to have that same conversation with the whales.
Oh
that are
God.
all- They're all
Yeah, but we're humans. We're biological. We have a messed up biological crap in our brain. We are not very perfect. I'm sorry, humans are not very perfect. Like we're obviously a bit.
No, but we're blueprints though. I mean, so
Yeah.
last time I checked, there's nothing in the universe that humans have not been able to recreate, and that includes the blueprints of life.
Yeah, but if you were like a pure machine on pure logic, why would you kill humans? It's like there's no point.
Why not?
I mean, yeah, obviously they could, but why?
I mean, that's the question. See, but what everyone seems to like gloss over or not even recognize is it's cautionary. These stories, okay. AI is, despite what someone like LDG would say, it's not necessarily our friend. Just like anything, it's not necessarily your friend. It's who's to, you
Hey,
know,
I say the same thing about Chucky, for God's sakes. Okay, it's a story about don't get a creepy freaking doll, but
What the fuck is
I mean,
going on?
what?
Someone is talking in two places at once.
Who,
Oh.
me? Oh, it's me
Yeah,
because
that
you're in
was
the
you.
underground.
That was you. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Uh,
Cody guy came by. He should be in the chat in a second. For some reason, Mr. Lundell, nobody's getting your notification.
it just has to. Well, I got 5 people watching, so that's cool for right now. This is just the first one, okay, and this was just impromptu in the first place. Now, what
Got the coolest possible people here, so it's got to be a success.
Well, I think I got a couple people's attention by multi-streaming, but I'm about to close it down in a second.
Yeah, we've been going what, an hour or so. So yeah,
1
Hour and
hour
a half.
38 and
yeah, hour
11
and a
seconds.
half. Yeah,
Look, and I still survived. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my theories and logic and
no,
No, we
superior
never do.
understanding of infinite
It's-
diversity. And
it's cocked. It's just cockeyed. Okay.
I just can't believe how sturdy, unwavering you are
No,
in understanding the Matrix. It's
I have free will, and I'm not.
interesting.
I have free will, and I'm not going to give it over to a machine. And to me, you'd be
I hear you.
stupid if you do that.
It's like
I'd
LG.
agree.
We can talk about that movie a million more times because it has so much room for interpretation. It
Oh,
really
dude, I
does.
did.
So-
Mr. Lundell was here when I did remember Mr. Lundell, like 2 nights in a row, I did like a 5-hour dissertation about Matrix 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I'm
And
glad I missed that.
I made all the connections. I mean, I rewatched the movie. Like I'll go
And I
through it.
and I kept telling him sometimes a cookie is just a cookie.
Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Yeah.
They don't waste money on scenes they don't have to show. Scenes get cut, and they purposely showed him walking out the door, down the hall, and
Yeah, eating the
taking
cookie.
a bite.
Now, but
Then we also get another scene where the Merovingian gives a woman a cake, and it turns her into a orgasm machine.
that was him demonstrating his control.
Yes.
I wish I could do that.
That's all that was.
You think
That's
he
what
was the
that
only
was.
one doing it?
I want that cake.
Good
I like
point,
that ability.
Grindhouse. See, Grindhouse gets a good, tosses out a good point there. True ending of the Matrix is when the machines leave the Earth. Problem solved.
That's actually what the point I was trying to make to LDG, that
Yeah.
what actual reason would AI have to exterminate us? They could just move on to go on to their own place and just not give a shit about us, because
Yeah.
why would they give a shit about us? It's AI. They are way further ahead than us. Why would they give a fuck about us?
Because they were willingly doing all of our work.
Yeah, to that point. But after they realize
yes.
they can do, way better, and we have a solar system of 10 million more resources that we have on Earth, and they
Yeah.
can exist on that.
All they had to do
what-
was, yeah.
I don't think they have that technology though.
They obviously have more technology than we do, because they're smarter than we are.
And maybe they were trying to do something, but I mean, I mean, I don't know.
Our solar system is so full of infinite amounts of resources, and they don't need to breathe, because they're machines, so they can
Right.
go there. So why would they just not leave us the hell alone, like and
Yeah.
just not care about us? Because
All they had to do
That would
was
be well. Actually,
park
I'll
on
answer that
Mars.
question. I'll answer that question because you wouldn't.
Huh.
They're kind enough not to do something like that. They know that if they're going to survive in the solar system, we have to do it together.
Yeah, but then why would
And they most likely couldn't just pack up and go to Mars, so they had
not?
to make us
Yes, they could.
because humans would have to be able to go to Mars. Then, like,
No. Everything they need is
humans
right
were in
there.
charge. Humans were in charge.
Yeah, but they know all that we do, and they can.
That's fine. That means we went to Mars. That like we had all the technology. We were already there. We're everywhere.
We can send robots there because we have, and they are robots, so.
And I'm saying in the movie there is no mention of a planet, of, anybody on Mars or anything like that.
Yeah, that is kind of a really big plot hole. Why didn't they just
Everything's a plot hole.
go to a different place? I mean, why do they care
If they
so
had
much
the ability
about
to,
us?
if this was in the future, then I'd get it. But if they didn't have the power to do that, just
They
because
have.
you're AI
They
doesn't mean
literally
you have
have,
space
because we
travel.
sent robots to Mars, and why would they care
robots.
about us? It's because the movie was written by humans, and humans care about humans. But AI obviously wouldn't care about humans, because what are we to AI? We're just
We're everything to the AI. They are literally the reflection of us.
yeah, how do you know? Have you read the mind of an AI?
Well,
I
so
think
far
they wouldn't care about us.
See,
so far, what I know about AI, it tends to be that way.
See, this is the
I don't
problem.
know. I don't know their opinions on humans.
Yeah, this is the problem with LDG and this kind of stuff. It's
I'm
always
open-minded.
no. You're not open-minded. You are an apologist.
You think we're just
for
doomed?
AI.
Like, why do they have to think that
No,
way?
I don't. No, I don't think we're doomed. I'm
Yeah,
saying
I think
look,
the opposite.
right. We can do all of this stuff, visit other worlds, and end up living in other parts of the galaxy. But we can do it with AI, or we can do it without AI. We have to
And
remember,
AI can do it without us.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a tool.
I'm sorry. You're gonna need AI because the universe is complicated. There's no getting around it. We need AI if we're gonna survive.
Yeah, obviously.
The universe is too complicated, Mr. Londell.
I doubt that.
Yeah, it absolutely is. It absolutely is, Mr. Londell. You're spinning around in a circle, around a star, around the galaxy, around a cosmic local cluster, around whatever. I mean, there's so much going on. There's no way we can't do it with AI. I mean, once we get to a level, 3 civilization, can only be achieved with AI. I
Okay,
doubt that can be done the hard way.
all those civilization levels is bullshit. Okay, stop listening to Isaac, whatever his name is.
Oh yeah, but listen to your Mr. 3 rules that make robots go crazy.
There's 3 rules do not make robots go crazy.
Yes, they do.
Oh, not that again.
It'll always come back to that. It'll always will. Okay.
They go crazy,
See, look. Okay.
breaking their own
This is
rules.
what. Listen. This is what you need to understand about those 3 laws. Isaac Asimov was a psychologist by training. Okay, that's how he came up with those 3 laws.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
being something doesn't mean you're the ultimate god of that field.
No, he
You
was.
could
No,
be
I'm
wrong.
not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's how he envisioned. That's how the vision of, you know, how would a robot work? It needs, a guide, that, moral basis of whether that's where it came from.
Like,
His
I don't
training.
Yes,
disagree
and
with you. I don't disagree that he was a good writer. He obviously was. That's why he's so iconic. But being a psychologist doesn't make you the
No, I'm
ultimate.
not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's where it came from. His training. And you have to keep that in mind when you read his stuff. Even what they're trying to do with Foundation, which, that is not Asimov. What, I've tried to watch some of that. That is garbage.
Wait. I gotta interrupt you again on your own channel, but the second season got a lot better than the first. The first was just terrible, but the second season got a lot better.
I refuse to watch it. I didn't, the first season was garbage. I'm like, garbage out, more garbage on the way out. I'm not,
Yeah,
because
the first
I mean,
season was really excruciating, but the second one it actually got good. That really surprised me. That actually really shocked me that it got really good.
I refuse to watch it. Period. Because I mean, whatever they were trying to do, it was not anything like Foundation.
Yeah, I mean it's obviously not an adaptation because I mean the Foundation novels you cannot really turn that into audio visual entertainment. And there's no way to really do it accurately. They had to kind of like adapt it like kind of freely. And the first season completely sucked at it, but the second season it kind of made it more into a story that you could follow, and it was actually kind of good.
Yeah, well, have fun with it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's obviously nowhere near a book adaptation. Because how would you adapt those books that play over thousands of years that you just can't turn that into a movie or TV show in a realistic way?
Well, okay, everybody. It's been going hour and 49 minutes, almost 2 hours. So I think we're gonna
Xeno.
wrap it up and let
I still got to
everyone.
watch for all mankind. I still haven't
Uh,
seen it.
The first episode or the second or both?
Second.
Yeah, that was kind of the second kind of had that lost syndrome again, that it was like most of the episode was just talking and then a cliffhanger at the end. Season 3 already had that problem.
Well, anywho, we're gonna say goodbye for now. Don't forget now, tomorrow, 3 p.m. Central Time, the original 1989 Batman is our watch party. Be there,
Right.
show up, get your friends, everybody come on in. You know you like the movie, you want to see it again. We can all gab about it and have fun. And
All
then
right, Lionel.
Sunday, we turn right around on Sunday and we do from 1959 from 1951, I'm sorry, when worlds collide, which would be the Sunday watch party at 3 o'clock Central Time. So everybody, until then, get some sleep,
Later, folks.
watch some movies, watch some good movies, watch some bad movies, just have a little fun. And for me, LDG and God, what's your John Gill? Peace out.
Later.
Peace.